What's up, guys? Pastor Joel here. Just wanted to send out this video with some words of encouragement. I know that many of us have already heard from many positive influences in our lives. Just this week, we heard, if you were tuned in on Sunday to our service, we heard from Pastor Kevin a great message of courage and something to inspire us, as we go through this difficult time, not just as a church, but as a society, even as a nation. And so we've heard from many people about how we need to remain calm during this situation. We need to remain full of faith. But I also just wanted to speak practically about what that looks like for us. It's my belief that we, especially us as men in this ministry and leaders of our homes, we stand on a road, and there are two ways that we can go. We're at a fork in a road. And one way would lead to opportunities, wonderful, great opportunities for us to grow and thrive. While the other option, the other road, would lead us down a very dangerous road filled with many pitfalls. So I just want to mention those pitfalls because I fear that many of us have also already tripped into these pitfalls and are suffering because of it. During this time, we can, if we're not careful, fall into the pitfall of isolation. If we are isolated, well, number one, we're forced to be in isolation as of right now, right? But in isolation, we can grow cold. Our hearts can grow cold. Our hearts can grow cold, not just with those who are actually physically around us, but with those who are very far off. It's a time where we can become cold towards others in the church. It's a time where we can grow cold even to our families, to our friends. And so my plea to you, to all of us, to everyone, including myself, is to take time to stay connected. You have to be intentional about this. You have to reach out to those around you. You have to give space, even with those whom you're maybe close to, because you can be in the same house and still feel isolated. You have to spend time with one another. You have to come up with ways in which you can have helpful and healthy conversations, right? Some of us may be experiencing a higher level of arguments with our spouses, with our kids, because we're stressed out. Our flow has been disrupted. And so it's very important for us to seek creative ways to stay connected in a peaceful way with those whom we love. Another thing that we need to be aware of is the pitfall of just the reality of cabin fever. When you're cooped up in a place for too long, you start to go a little nuts. And so your mood begins to be affected. And so I encourage you to be aware of your feelings and your thoughts. Be aware of the feelings and thoughts of others, because it's not just you, right? You have to think about your friends who are also going through this, your family who is going through this road of isolation as well with you. So I encourage you to be slow to speak and quick to think. Is what I'm about to say going to help me be in a good mood, or help this other person, my spouse, my kids, remain in a good mood, or is it going to piss them off? Is it going to upset them? Is it going to upset my friend? These are things that you want to think about. Be slow to speak and quick to listen. Also, be aware that your mind can play tricks on you during this time of isolation. You can start to question yourself, your even your own identity. You could become insecure about, hey, does this person really love me? I haven't heard from them. They're not reaching out to me. They don't know if I'm okay. They don't know if I have food. And so I just want to encourage us to not play the victim and to not accuse others of not loving us, because we always need to remember that someone's always going through something. And so maybe there's a good reason that a person who would typically reach out to you hasn't reached out to you. So don't be afraid. You take the initiative. Reach out to them. Trust them. Pray for them. Pray that everything's okay with them. But let's not hold anything against anyone during this time. It's a difficult enough time as it is. And so we should always be faithful and just know and trust that people love us, even if they haven't been able to reach out to us. But we could also take the initiative to reach out to them and make sure that everything's okay. Don't believe the lie. Satan's going to want to trip you up. Satan's going to want to have you have the last word in an argument. This is not a time to be prideful. This is a time to be humble. This is a time for mercy. This is a time for forgiveness. This is a time for understanding. And this is a time to put others' needs before your own. So please pray for your families, pray for your friends. And so the one road can lead to isolation and destruction and problems within the home and within our existing relationships. But the other road is a road of opportunity. We have before us as men the opportunity to connect. First and most importantly, we have the opportunity to connect to God. This is a time where we can spend more time in prayer, a time more in His Word, reading other books, listening to sermons online. You know, we can flirt with the tendency to just veg out, watch Netflix all day, do things like that. But I encourage you to stay connected to the Lord. Read, your favorite book in the Bible. Just do something. Stay connected to the Lord, and you can see that this is a time where your faith can grow even stronger. This is also an opportunity for you to connect with friends in a meaningful way. You may not be able to hang out with them in a large group, but if they're healthy enough, and maybe you can visit them, maybe they can visit you, or if you want to be extra careful, just stay stay in connection, through communication. We have Facebook, we have a FaceTime, we have Zoom meetings, we have conference calls. You can text message, you can even send a letter if you want. You can do so many things to stay connected with those who mean something to you. So do it. There are others who live alone, for example, who have no immediate family or relatives within the home. They want to hear from you. So reach out to them. Stay connected. Stay connected to your friends in the small group. Stay connected to your neighbors. These are the things that we want to do. Reach out to those who are in need. If we claim to be men who have been renewed, transformed into the image of Christ, and these are things that we need to be doing. These are the things that we need to be thinking about every single day. How do I connect to God more today? How do I connect to my family? Husbands have an opportunity to connect with their wives on a deeper level, have meaningful conversation, have fun, play games. Those of us who have kids, it's an opportunity for us to draw closer in our relationships to them. It's an opportunity, not a punishment. Don't think that it's a punishment. Many of us have grown accustomed to working a 9 to 5, leaving in the morning, and not having to deal with our wives or kids until we get home. And this can be a very frustrating time for those who feel like they don't know how to engage with their family. They don't know how to have conversations. They don't know how to lead the home well and point them towards Christ. It's easy. All you have to do is do something so small as to just read a chapter together of the Word of God. Watch a movie together. Just do whatever. Play catch in the yard. Go out for a walk. Obviously, practicing social distancing and protecting yourself and sanitizing. But these are the things that we need to be thinking about. These are the things that we need to do. I miss you guys very much. I miss our Tuesday night meetings. I pray that you would be encouraged. I pray that you would be continuing to gather via phone conferences or Zoom calls or FaceTiming with your friends from the group. Stay connected. Brothers, I miss you. I love you all. And just please stay safe, stay sanitized, and stay focused during this time. God bless you all.